Bloodline attacks Oba Femi. Roman Reigns leads assault. Usos dominate Raw 2026. Oba Femi gets wiped out. Raw, Bloodline strikes. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. What if the Bloodline didn't show up to send a message this time, but to completely erase a rising threat before it even becomes a problem? And more importantly, what happens when someone like Oba Femi finally refuses to step back, refuses to blink, and still walks straight into something he clearly underestimated from the very beginning? Because that's the feeling tonight on WWE RAW 2026. Not just another segment, not just another confrontation, but something heavier, something that feels like it was already decided before the first camera even cut to the arena. And if you were watching live, you probably noticed it too, that strange shift in the atmosphere right before things went wrong. Like the crowd already knew excitement was about to turn into chaos, they just didn't know how fast it would happen. The show builds normally at first, that familiar Raw rhythm, crowd buzzing, commentary hyping things up, little backstage shots teasing tension, but then it hits, that reaction, that unmistakable sound that changes everything. Because when Roman Reigns appears, the arena doesn't just cheer or boo anymore, it reacts like something significant just entered the building. And tonight it's no different. Here comes Roman Reigns, and it doesn't even feel like an entrance anymore, it feels like control being established in real time. Like the entire show quietly adjusts itself around his presence without anyone officially saying it out loud. That's the kind of aura that Roman Reigns carries now, not just dominance, but expectation, like everyone in the arena is waiting to see who gets sacrificed tonight for the story he's about to tell. And then you see them. The Usos. No hesitation, no chaos, no rush, just that slow, confident walk that immediately tells you this isn't random. This is planned. Calculated. Familiar. Because when the Usos move like that next to Roman, it doesn't look like allies showing up for a fight, it looks like executioners arriving at the scene knowing exactly who is not walking out the same way. And somewhere in the middle of all that tension, the name everyone is waiting for finally enters the picture, Oba Femi. Now you have to understand, Oba Femi doesn't walk like someone hoping for approval. He walks like someone who already expects resistance and is fine with it. There's a confidence there, almost stubborn, almost dangerous in its own right. That's why Oba Femi stands out, because he doesn't look impressed by reputations. He looks like he wants proof. And tonight, he's about to get it in the worst possible way. At first, it's just words. That classic WWE tension-building moment where nobody wants to strike first because striking first means committing to something irreversible. Roman steps forward, calm, controlled, speaking in that low tone that always sounds like he's already finished the conversation before it even begins. No yelling, no desperation, just certainty. And that's always more uncomfortable than aggression. Oba doesn't move back. Not even slightly. And that tiny decision right there changes everything, because the Bloodline doesn't really do equal ground. They do dominance or correction. Roman looks at the Usos. That one glance, that silent communication that fans have learned to recognize over the years. It's not dramatic. It's not exaggerated. It's worse than that. It's simple. Because it means the decision has already been made, and everything happening next is just the physical confirmation of it. And then it breaks. Fast. No build-up. No warning. Just impact. The Usos explode forward like they've been waiting for that exact moment since they walked out. And suddenly the arena noise changes from anticipation to panic. Because when the Bloodline shifts from presence to action, things don't pace themselves anymore, they accelerate out of control. Oba tries to fight back immediately, and to be fair, he doesn't fold instantly. He throws shots, he resists, he tries to create space, and for a brief moment there's that illusion that maybe this won't be one-sided. Maybe tonight is different. Maybe this is the night where the momentum actually swings the other way. But that illusion doesn't last long. Because Jimmy and Jay don't just attack, they dissect. Every time Oba builds even a hint of momentum, it gets shut down almost instantly. One cut off here, one strike there, a quick double team, and suddenly he's not fighting two individuals anymore, he's fighting coordination itself. And Roman? Still not rushing in. Still watching. Still letting it unfold like he's studying a situation he already understands perfectly. That's the part that gets uncomfortable for everyone watching. Because it doesn't feel chaotic for them. It feels structured. At one point, Oba gets driven into the corner and the energy shifts again, because now it's not about resistance anymore, it's about survival. The Usos keep the pressure constant, no breaks, no breathing room, just wave after wave of offense that doesn't give him time to reset mentally or physically. And just when you think maybe it can't escalate further, Roman finally steps in. And the tone changes completely. Because when Roman Reigns gets involved physically, it stops feeling like a group attack and starts feeling like a statement being finalized. No wasted motion, no emotional flailing, just controlled impact. One shot lands, and it doesn't look flashy, it looks final. That's the difference with him. Everything feels intentional. Oba tries to respond again, still refusing to fully break, still trying to push through, but now it's clear what this really is. It's not a back and forth anymore. It's a demonstration. A message being written in real time using force instead of words. The crowd starts reacting louder, some in shock, some in frustration, some just unable to believe how quickly this escalated. That's the thing about moments like this, everyone knows the bloodline is dangerous, but watching it unfold still feels different every single time. There's a point where Oba almost finds an opening, just a fraction of space, that small crack where a comeback could theoretically begin, but the Usos close it immediately. No hesitation. No celebration. Just instinctive correction. Like they've done this too many times to allow mistakes. And that's when it becomes clear that this isn't just an attack anymore. It's a wipeout. Roman stands over the situation again, not shouting, not celebrating, just observing the aftermath like a general assessing results. And that silence, that lack of emotion, somehow hits harder than anything physical that happened in the segment. Because it suggests there was never doubt. Only outcome. And that leaves everyone asking the same thing once the scene settles. Why Oba Femi? Why now? Was this just about sending a warning to the roster, or was it specifically about stopping someone they see as a future problem before he becomes unavoidable? That's the mystery that sticks after everything fades. Because nothing about Roman Reigns feels random anymore. Not anymore. Every move feels like it connects to something bigger, even if we don't see the full picture yet. And Oba Femi, well, he doesn't come across like someone who stays down mentally after something like this. Physically, sure, anyone can be overwhelmed in a moment like that. But mentally? That's where things get interesting. Because the real question now isn't what the bloodline did to him, it's what he becomes because of it. Does he come back angry? Smarter? More dangerous? Or does he start seeing the bloodline not as opponents, but as something he has to outthink instead of overpower? And Roman? He never does anything without layering meaning into it. So if this was a message, then who exactly was meant to read it? That's the part fans will be debating long after this segment ends. Not just what happened, but what it means moving forward. And honestly, that's what makes moments like this work so well, because they don't feel like endings, they feel like setups for something bigger that hasn't fully revealed itself yet. So let me throw it back to you watching this. Was this the bloodline reminding everyone why they still run WWE, or was this the beginning of Oba Femi stepping into a completely different level of conflict that he can't just power through anymore? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is one of those moments where every opinion actually adds something to the bigger picture. And if you're still here watching till this point, you already know how it goes, you're part of this conversation now, so you might as well stick around for what comes next. And before I go, genuinely, thank you for watching and spending time here. It means a lot more than it sounds like in a video like this. I'll catch you in the next one.